biggest shift I had through working with Chandra was really just this clearer mental space, because it wasn't consumed by, worrying about what I was eating, or about what was going to be the next meal. Making the right food choices just became easier, and then not not thinking of it as like bad food and good food, or anything like that, but just that it was either food that was gonna fuel me and feel good in my body, or it was food that might bring up certain things like bloating, or an upset stomach or something. And so then really making choices based off of how my body would feel, um, and that made it easier, so that I wasn't judging myself for what I was eating. I wasn't hard on myself for maybe making a choice of something that was going to make me feel bad. I like actively chose like, hey, I'm going to eat that piece of chocolate cake, or whatever. And then, going into it with this active choice of knowing how I was going to feel after consuming that food. And so it just, working with her, just, I had all these like aha moments, and now can easily make choices with food without having to worry so much and have so much mental chatter going on.
Hello, my friend. How are you? I'm in the Dead Sea, floating in the water. Go ahead and like and share and follow so we can keep in touch.
Stress and negative emotions. I learned so many good tools working with Chandra, that the daily stressors or situations that would bring up stress became a lot easier to deal with, and experiencing negative emotions became not so scary. So it was like, so what if I feel this right now? And am I going to die from this hard emotion? Am I going to die from feeling this? And the answer is no. And I learned with her that it's okay to feel those things. And then by feeling them, we discovered that I might possibly not eat them, and, get to let go and release that by feeling it, and then get to move on and make better food choices that ultimately make my body and brain clearer, and more equipped to deal with life's stressors or hard emotions. Before working with Chandra, I generally would say I ate pretty good, but I had this tendency to not feel my emotions, and then all of a sudden be mindlessly consuming things that didn't necessarily make me feel good or weren't the best for my body. And so through working with Chandra, I kind of, got down to understand why, and then be more conscious and actually be able to make choices as to whether or not I wanted to be consuming something, and not just only thinking about it after I had already eaten it, but being able to think about it before I made the choice to put it into my mouth, which has led to way better choices, because I now have the option. I now get to make the choice as to what I want to eat. And so that doesn't mean I'm not ever having, a sweet treat or something that's not, necessarily the best for gut health, but I get to like make that choice. And so that choice really has led to me eating better, because I don't want to consume foods that make me feel bad. And so I have the choice to consume ones that feel good for my body. Before and after food habits. The shift has been amazing with food. I really feel like I now have control or choices over food rather than the opposite of like them having control over me. I get to, make active choices as to whether or not I want to be consuming something. It doesn't just like overtake me and then I don't mindlessly consume it. I find that I choose better foods. I crave better foods. I have gotten to a point with being able to really listen to my body and be able to know when I'm hungry, when my body is asking for different things, and knowing how to give it those things, such as water. Water has been a big one for me. Definitely didn't consume enough prior to working with Chandra, and I didn't even have this recognition that it came from really an emotional place and a place of thinking that water was not safe to consume. And our gut health really, really needs lots of water consumption.